Today we'll look at claims, evidence, and reasoning projects, particularly when we write it and then transform it into a presentation. Today we'll use Google Slides. As you see here, we've got the writing page, the rubric for the whole project, and a starting blank slide. Let's read the directions. We want to create a slide that presents a claim, supports the claim, and then persuades the reader that it's a true and valid claim. So we were going to use this space down here, and you may need some more space. So if you find that moving some things around or deleting them, that's totally okay. I wouldn't delete the directions just to kind of keep them available, but you can make this larger if you like. Another way to see the screen better is to make sure you hide your text formatting and then minimize your speaker notes. This object here is actually a table. I inserted the table and then formatted the rows and columns so it's easy to write in. You can adjust that to make it a little bit larger if you like. And we see here that the first box at the top is the claim itself. My claim is that schools can increase participation in surveys by using technology-based strategies. My evidence has to be using reliable sources, okay? My evidence and support from recognized, credible, and cited sources to be at the highest level. One way to find great sources is the use of Google Scholar. Google Scholar searches academic-based research. There's something called universal design in online learning where we try to reach as many students as possible. I like to use current research. So I'm going to filter it down to the last year, and then the results I get can become very respectable resources here. You got to read the titles, you got to kind of filter your search results. If you read the abstract of an article or a book, you're going to get a real clear understanding of what that research is presenting. So I'm going to take a moment and read this, and then if it makes sense to support my argument, I've got myself a source. At the 6th grade level, it would be okay to copy this link in the URL box. When it's time to state your reasoning, here's where you answer the question why. We've got a claim that says that schools can increase the participation in survey completion by using technology. My evidence for that is that in this resource, I learned that tech-based learning can be used to overcome barriers that may prevent participation. So the reasoning for this becomes clear. If universal design principles can help students in the classroom, it will also help them complete a survey. For this assignment, there's nothing wrong with your text box going down into the editing space. Totally fine. It might take a little space, but go ahead and do that. What I do care about is how your summary slide will look. Using color, spacing, art, text, realize it's a multimedia thing. We don't want a ton of text. We want summary. So let's create a slide. I have a blank one here. If you want to start from scratch, totally fine. But for this one, I'm going to insert one that's a template. I like the title and body because it's already pre-set up. All right, now I'm going to fill these text boxes with the main statements of evidence. Okay, this is the basis of my presentation. I'm going to go with a one-slide strategy that has the claim and the three main text boxes for supports. I'm going to just keep it as clean and simple as I can. I put a note here about the research details and citations are found up here in slide 1 where I did my original research and writing. It's totally fine. I might want to put a background or some frames around it or a picture because there's opportunity for that. And if I wanted to design points, I definitely would. So speaking of points, let's review the rubric. Do I have an outline that's complete? Yes. My supports, my sources, my reasoning are all clear and effective. The claim is a current issue. I only have three. So I have three forms of evidence. I'm proficient there. Totally fine. If I did a little more research, I could build it up. I did apply technology effectively. This whole thing took me less than an hour. And finally, my design as is, I do have a concept. It's very, very loose. So if I wanted to build that up, I would definitely add some color and some pictures to support my reasoning here. But as a CER, this is solid reasoning. Okay, this is evidence-based decision making that supports my claim. And if I applied this research in the real world, I could continue to study its effectiveness.